What's up, everybody? Today is opening season of deer hunting season here in Alabama. Opening day for deer hunting season. I decided not to get my deer hunting. Wow, that truck's in a rush. He might have a little something on him. A little deer, maybe something. That's a rush. Anyways, guys, today's opening season of deer hunting season. We're gonna go into Deetsville, Alabama, and it's a beautiful morning. I'm usually not up this early, but because I'm really curious to see. Good morning, Nash B. How are you? Today is the opening day of deer hunting season, and I just want to go around town and kind of see what's going on and get an idea what the boys are doing today here in Alabama. It's probably a very important day for a lot of people. And I'll tell you guys later on in the video why I didn't. Once we get a few people logged in, why I didn't personally participate this year. There's a really solid reason for it. A few, actually, but we'll get into that in a little bit. What a beautiful morning in Alabama. The temperature is 57 degrees. It's kind of rising quickly here. It's getting nice and warm. And I'm just going to show you guys a drive around through our area, our neighborhood. I'm sure there's a spot up in Deetsville where I remember driving through, and it's like a taxidermist place. So I'm sure that's probably where the boys who got the 10-pointers are gonna go hang out to show off their catches. So we're gonna go for a quick morning drive here on a Sunday. I rarely do a live stream this early in the morning, especially on a Sunday. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm not sure why. It might be the medicines. The medicines I'm on now. They say something about how it causes insomnia, and pretty much I've been struggling to sleep. And I also have poison ivy. Not just a little bit of poison ivy. I am completely covered in poison ivy, and I'm so uncomfortable. I just decided, you know what? I just get up and get going. And lots of poison ivy from working out in the woods. Just want to show you guys the area where I live. You guys have wondered probably how's Jose doing in Alabama. I haven't really been online too much. I've been getting a lot of work, so there hasn't been too much time to check out the YouTube, which isn't right. We need to give YouTube some attention as well. But like last night, I worked all day yesterday. I think I did 3 or 4 jobs yesterday. And I did 4 jobs yesterday. And late at night, I get home, and after doing 4 jobs, there's this ad on Craigslist for a free riding lawnmower. I was like, yep, I'm on it, because I get a few $100 for that. So I brought it home, went to Walmart, had some groceries, and I got home pretty late. So I've been staying busy. This house, I thought it had sold. I don't know why the realtor hasn't been able to sell this house. I'd have sold this house in a heartbeat. I think it supposedly might have sold, and maybe they just never really did anything with it afterwards. But that house right there, I think it was going for the low 200s. It's got a pool out back too. It's a real nice house. And low 200s is kind of expensive for this area. Put some aloe vera on it. I'll try that. I have aloe vera at home. But look how beautiful my neighborhood is, guys. It's just absolutely gorgeous out here. I mean, this has nothing to envy any. I mean, I live in Naples, where it's all rich people. These aren't rich people, but this neighborhood leaves nothing to envy of any rich neighborhood of Naples. I mean, this is just, it's absolutely gorgeous out here. And the one house that we were watching, I don't know if it's sold or not, but, oh my gosh, I was supposed to help that guy put up a fence. Oh man, I got work backed up. It's actually fog in the morning. I guess I've never been up this early in this area. It's 6:30 in the morning. I'm rarely up. I'm almost never up this early. Katie's got a surprise. She's got some family coming to visit her. So this neighborhood's really nice out here. It's a little bit crappier on the other side, but we're not going to run into there right now, because we're heading into Deetsville. Let's get into Deetsville, where there might be some deer hunting going on. But anyways, that one of the houses that I was watching on Realtors, I don't know if it's sold or not, but they put a new roof on it. Nashby says it's higher elevation, so it makes sense. Yeah, I don't know how high the elevation is here. Good morning. What's up? Welcome on board. My arm already hurts for holding this GoPro, and GoPro. Yes, not a GoPro. It's an iPhone with a stabilizer. It already hurts my arm. How early do they start hunting? The deer are out really early. You have to be out really early. Now that we got 7 people, I'll explain to you guys why I didn't get my hunting license this year. If I had it, it'd have been my first year doing it. The reason I didn't do it, acorns. This is a walking park. People come here and walk in the morning. I've never done it yet, but I need to start doing it. This is by the Elmore Water Tower. Connection's bad. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I got a pickup truck behind me, real close to me, but it's 35 miles per hour around here. Steps up to 45. What's up, Wesley? So we're in Deetsville, Alabama. Connection's never too good out here either way. I got a big giant pickup truck behind me, and I'm sure they're in a rush to get somewhere. So I'll get you guys on a trail here in a minute. We're on. It's beautiful out here. Absolutely gorgeous, man. It is just stunningly beautiful out here. I've never been up this way in the morning. It really is nice out here. Let me see if I can get out of this truck's way. So these trails here, I run into deer here all the time. It's just a little bit more backwoods up in here. Sunday morning is a good time to explore neighborhoods and stuff. Ooh, it's kind of bouncy today. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. All right, yo. So the reason I didn't get my deer hunting license is we had that hurricane come through, and it knocked a lot of acorns and nuts to the ground, and there's a lot of food out in the woods. So the deer haven't really, they only come near the residential areas when there's very little food available. Unfortunately, for us deer hunters, those hurricanes dropped a lot of, hickory nuts and all the stuff, and acorns, all the stuff that deer like to eat. There's a lot of that on the ground in the woods because of the hurricanes. They really dropped a lot of stuff. So maybe next season the deer will be a little bit fatter, but this year it's going to be hard again. In this year, it's going to be a very difficult year, to the point where I figure, you know what, it just isn't worth it. Look at this building they just put up here. It's not amazing. Like in the middle of the woods, they just put up that giant building. They've been working fast too. You guys want to see a cemetery? I don't know if that's cool or not to show on a live stream, but there's a lot of neat stuff out here. But anyways, there's so much nuts down on the ground from the hurricane. It dropped a lot of acorns and stuff, so the deer they're gonna be deeper in the woods. There's a lot of food right now in the woods, so there's no reason for the deer to come out. It's almost pointless to even try at this point. So I think this year is the reason you didn't get the hunting license. I can get the hunting license. It's like $30, so I can get it online right now. But it's not even the hunting license is one of the reasons. It's like $30, so I'm not gonna have to waste $30 if I'm not gonna get one. So I don't have the hunting license, but that's not really a problem. It's a reason, but it's not a problem. I can get the hunting license. It's $30. That's not a problem. The real problem is, I really don't think the deer are going to be out and about. They're going to be deeper. Now, in the wintertime, they'll come out when, once all that. But I don't know, man. The hurricanes dropped a lot of stuff in the woods. And it's not an incentive for the deer to want to come out. This guy's got a wood fence all the way around their property. I like that. Lots of privacy. And there's like a wood cabin over here. Nice little wood cabin. This is between Deetsville and Millbrook, somewhere in the middle of the line between both addresses. Do people do yard sales on Sundays? Yeah, they do, and Saturdays as well. Yard sales are really big out here in Alabama. It's the thing to do out here. I need to do one soon. I just haven't had a chance to do it. But it's absolutely beautiful out here. I love it out here. I mean, this road right here is part of my commute. Sometimes it's part of my commute. Sometimes if I'm going, look at the cotton fields, guys. Look at how beautiful. Look at this beautiful cotton field right here. If we have signal, I might just kick it here for a while. Just incredible. There's all the white cotton fields. with fog in the background. This is just amazing out here. Incredibly beautiful. Uh, aren't you keeping the lawnmower? I thought you wanted one. The thing is, I got a neighbor that mows my lawn, and I've gotten 5 or 6 riding lawnmowers since I've been here. None of them work, and I don't know how to fix them. I don't know anybody to fix them, but I can get $300 or $400 for each one. So it's like, what's up? Good morning, everybody. So it's like, what's the point of me if my neighbor mows my lawn for me? And the lawnmower, I've gotten 5 or 6 lawnmowers since I've been in Alabama, and each one of them's at least $200 or $300. Um, you know, and that's I gotten 2 lawnmowers this week. I have 2 lawnmowers to sell this week. Riding lawnmowers. There's 2 of them this week. Just absolutely stunningly beautiful out here. Unbelievable. Just a pretty morning. So I haven't done yard sales yet. I'm gonna eventually do. I need to. I have so much junk. That it's just I need to do it soon. I need to do a yard sale like ASAP. It needs to happen. I really do. I need a truck under $3,000. A truck under $3,000. In Alabama, you're not gonna get anything for under $3,000. In Florida, you definitely will get a good truck for under $3,000. In Alabama, you won't. People think cars are gold here. It's actually depressingly bad buying a used car in Alabama because people here think used cars are gold, man. It's just part of the culture here, I guess. Like people really, people like I've seen stuff on the road here in Alabama that I would never see on the road in Florida. It's just it's just incredible. Like the stuff you see on the road here in Alabama, as far as old cars and stuff, you see stuff on the road here that's like, man, like I saw a Chevy Blazer, and I'm not talking like the newer one. I'm talking like the one that's like a square body. I hadn't seen that in Florida in a lot. You will never see that in my part of Florida in a lifetime. There they are. There they are. They're the deer. They're the big one. Oh, you guys see the big deer? That's a big one. Let me speed up because they're gonna run away. That was a big deer. There's 2 of them. I hope there's nobody hunting. They're gonna get mad at me for driving through here, especially on opening day of deer season driving around. Dude, that was a big buck. They're gone. Somebody's gonna shoot at us if we scare their deer away. But people get all emotional about deer hunting, man. It's very important out here. But yeah, I hope those deer have been hanging out here for a while. It is so relaxing to just drive around on a deserted road all alone. Oh, it's amazing. I hope you guys saw the deer. I saw them. There's 2 of them. They're big too. Sometimes there's deer on this road. And I don't know if this is a private road. Yeah, it's a private road. Didn't get to see it. Yeah, you can always rewind it. It was at minute, let's say 13. I don't know how good the reception is either. That makes a difference on. I definitely saw them. They were like on the edge of the road. They're always around here. That's the biggest one I've seen so far, man. People are deer hunting. Somebody's gonna pretty much shoot at us for scaring their deer away if they're really like onto the deer. If we lose signal, you guys don't leave. If we lose signal, we'll stay on. It's just I hit a little bad patch there through the woods. So yeah, on this drive, we're gonna anger so many people because you're stuck talking to deer in the woods, and all of a sudden a car. Yeah, we're gonna ruin somebody's season today. Stupid Floridian city boy scared my deer away. I love it out here, man. This is so. I love it out here. Like there's no rush to do anything out here. I mean, it's just you just get up and live life, man. Like most of the time, I don't have an alarm even. You just wake up whenever. I mean, there are days where I do have to go work early. But the colder days, now it's 60 degrees, so it starts to warm up fairly quickly. It was 55 in the morning. It's gone up 5 degrees. But, yeah, those were some big deer back in there, man. And there's probably nobody hunting them. Some people just don't. Not everybody hunts. I would love to do it, but like I said, there's been a lot of food in the woods. Unless you've been, like, baiting them or something, really, I love it out here. Look at this. It's so peaceful and quiet, man. Like that's one thing. Like people, I still have people that come on my channel and say stuff like, "You're gonna come crying back to Florida." I'm like, dude, have you lost your mind? Look at this place, yo. Same reason. Same reason I live here. Easy going, no rush. I love it, man. Are you kidding me? I absolutely love this. And then you got people that come on my channel saying stuff like, "You're gonna come crying back to Florida. You're gonna miss the beaches and the traffic jams." I'm like, have you lost your mind? You can get a trailer with a view like this for like $50,000 out here. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you think I'm gonna give this up to be stuck in a city? You've lost your mind. There's not a chance I want to go back to Florida. And I know y'all don't want to hear that because it's like people want what people want and what's really good are two different things. Like you might say, "Oh, living in the woods in Alabama, I would never do that." But yo, I'm a person that I go to big cities all the time. I go to all over Florida, man. And I wouldn't trade Alabama for Florida. Um, if I was a more like I understand like if you're from Florida, like you have family and you have a social environment that changes everything. I don't have anybody here now. I wish I had my people here. Look at this, y'all. This is a county road where I live. There ain't no rush to get anywhere. Ain't nobody in a rush to nothing. It's just pure life, man. Like I think it's Costa Ricans. Is it Costa Ricans that say vida pura? Pure life, man, or pura vida or something. He's wearing orange. He's got the right idea. Yep, you gotta be careful if you're not. Give me a second. I want to clear this up for you guys. There's like a big finger stain on the. To go. There's some beautiful. Let me just show you guys. There's some beautiful communities. This is called Honeysuckle Ridge. Just show you guys how beautiful it is where I live. Like you think about Alabama, you thought oh, it's probably all trailers out in the woods and stuff, bro. Look at this community, and these are not expensive houses. These are just like regular Joe houses, man. Like in Florida, to live in a house like this, you gotta be you gotta be rich to live like this in Florida. Like these are just normal neighborhoods, like nice stuff. Like these houses would be at least $500,000 where I was in Naples. Especially with this much land, and then they're made out of, some prefab crap. These are actually like masonry work, like I got a car behind me, so I'm kind of moving quickly through here until this car gets off our butt. But I love it out here. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that because people. It's like a popularity. It's like I think deep down, most humans would like living in the country. It's just like we tell ourselves, oh, I couldn't live out in the middle of nowhere. But like once you experience this, like give you guys an example. Is this car just driving around like we are? It might be. This car's just driving around just like we are. Are they live there? They're not. They're just driving around. Let me let this car pass me because they're kind of rush me. I want to drive nice and slow and show everything. They're just driving around just like we are. So what I was saying was I'm trying to keep my windows from fogging up. I guess they live here maybe and they're just getting their mail. I don't know, who knows. Okay, our windows are fogged up. That's never cool. How do you like drive when your windows fog? Is there a button you can press? So this is like stuff people in Florida would never like what do you do when your car fogs up? I've never had this happen in Florida. Hold on, y'all. What? There's got to be a button or something I can do here. Is this defrost? Is that it? Let's see if this defrost thing does it. I wouldn't happen to know I'm from Florida. Defrost. I'm from Florida. I've never used this. Oh, snap. I wonder, I'm sure I can defrost my mirrors too. On warm. Put it on warm. Hold on, y'all. I've never in my life had to do this in Florida. I'm sure there's got to be, like, that's the defrost button right there. I'm sure there's a way to defrost my mirrors. When did you move from Florida, Alabama? I've only been here 4 months. I just practically got here. I guess this is the wrong defrost. That's not the right defrost. There's gotta be. There's got to be like a button or something I can press. Does anybody have a Yukon? I'm sure I can I mean, this car's, it's got to have a way to defrost your mirrors. I don't know how to do it. I can't see crap either way. I mean, if I put my windows down, that might do it. It should clear in seconds. So this will do it. I'll just put the window down. It ain't that cold anyways. So what I was saying was, like, I work for there's a lot of bases here. I should have, the car like this will likely have heated mirrors. What I was saying was, I work for a lot of military people out here. There's a lot of military. And I got to go inside the military base for the first time. I finally got a job. I knew eventually I would get a job inside the military base, and sure enough, I got it. I got to go inside the military areas, and let's go into town. I was going to go into Deetsville. I'm kind of tempted to go into Millbrook. I don't know which way I should go. Let's go out in the woods. You're steering the words out of my mouth. So there's a lot of military people here. Let's go into the Deetsville area. Let's go further out into the woods. Let's go further out. I've been kind of, oh my gosh, there are some cool stuff I could show you guys in Millbrook, but I think we should head into Deetsville. I can't make my mind up. Either way, yeah, it's the country life, man. That's what's up. So there's a lot of military people here. All right, check this out. Finally get my first job in the military base, which is kind of cool. You're tired of seeing Millbrook? You're tired of seeing Millbrook? Let's go to Deetsville. All these military people, they travel all over the country. You know, like they get stationed throughout the country, so they might be in 5 or 6 different states. Now, a lot of the people who live here, I mean, a surprising number of people who live in this area. Check this out, man. These people get transferred all over the place. Like, they're not from here. They ended up randomly, like they're transferred all over the country. These people, just understand this. A lot of the people that live here were just stationed here for a while, and they decided, you know what, I like this area so much, I'm gonna stay here. So you figure, here's somebody who's in the army or something or whatever, and they're military people, and they get to go all over the country. You're going to Colorado, you're going here, you're going there. They get transferred all over the place, and for some reason, a really large percentage of those people like this area so much that they stay here. And they're like, at first, it just seemed like another country place to live, but then they're like, I liked it for some reason. Like, this area here, like, it's like you would never think to move here, but if you spend some time here randomly, you'll love it. Like, that's how we ended up falling in love with Alabama. Like, we traveled through the whole South, Georgia. There's probably a prison. Oh, there's a lot of prisons out here in Elmore County. I think we're crossed into Ottawa County already, but in Elmore County, there's a lot of prisons. Lots of prisons. So it's only 40 miles per hour on this road. That's interesting. We might end up moving into a Prattville area now, further ahead. So you can see it's like the suburbs. It all kind of just mixes together. But anyways, you think these people, they're transferred. Let me wash my windshield real quick for you guys. These people are transferred. Oh, what is that, a bicycle? What is going on there? It's a bicyclist. Okay. So these people, they're transferred all over the country. And they randomly decided that, okay, out of all these places where, they've been all over the country, they'll decide to stay here because it's that nice. Here's a country road I've never done. It's really that nice out here where people just, like, they get transferred out here, and then they're like, all right, let's just make this home, It's really that nice. Like, people randomly end up here through the military, and then they just and that's how we ended up here, like, in this area of Alabama. Like, I randomly ended up working for my other YouTube channel, which is the Pigeon channel. It's called the Racing Pigeon Club. It's about pigeons, out of all things. That's YouTube for you. And on that channel, I ended up interviewing a guy that lived in Auburn, Alabama, and I just randomly came up here and to interview this guy. And yeah, that's how we first discovered Alabama. I told the wife, this is beautiful. And we go out to Louisiana, South Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, but something about Alabama, man. You know, and I've been getting a lot of work out here. That's like what I was mostly concerned about is, you know, you'd think there wouldn't be a lot of work in a place like this, but there is. Because people out here, like most of these people inherited their land, you know, and then they're waiting for another inheritance or something. So they're not like too interested. They're not too interested in really working that hard. Like they got it made basically. Most of these people got it made. You know, like, so they're not really too interested. And it doesn't take a lot to live out here. I don't know how to do the defroster. Let me try this button. It might be this one. Oh, because I have a rear defroster and a front defroster. I'm from Florida, man. I don't know what a defroster is. I mean, I think it's the button with the little lines across it. That's how bad it is. I'm from Florida, yo. Like, I don't know what a defroster is. You kidding me? But it's beautiful out here. And in all these woods, there's beautiful big houses everywhere. I mean, in all directions, there's, you know, big, beautiful. Like, let me just try to give you guys a side view real quick. In all these woods, it's nothing but big, beautiful houses. I've defrosted the rear. I still haven't defrosted the front. I've defrosted the rear. I'm from Florida. I really don't know what I'm doing here. They're both on right now, but nothing's happening. So we're now on Ottawa County Road. And I've taken this county road many times in towards the left because that's where the scrapyard is. I've never taken it to the right. Maybe I should take it to the right. I think it heads back into Deetsville. If we take a left, we'll be in Prattville. I'll show you guys these communities back here. More nice. This one's called North Point. I'm still in New York. It's up to 63 degrees here already. And the beautiful thing about Alabama is, you know, in the winter, it'll get into the low 30s at night, but by the end of the day, you're in the 60s, always. Just about always. Well, it's just like there might be a crappy day where the lows, you know, in the 40s or something, but it's not like in up north where it's every single day. Look, I love the natural hardwood pine, you know, the pine trees out here. It's beautiful. Like, this is, you wouldn't, and the thing about these neighborhoods is, like, if you look on Google Maps, this is a green area. You would never think there's, like, communities out here. Like, it's not an area you would actually, like, it's so incognito. It's so underground. It's kind of weird. I don't even know how on earth I ended up here. That's the weird thing. Like, it was all random luck. Like, we got in our truck and we said we're leaving Florida, and we just drove north, and this is somehow where we ended up, man. Like, not bad at all. Not bad at all. I would have done Deetsville if I could go back and change. But then again, the deal that we got in our house in Millbrook was so good that I'm not a fan of Millbrook. That's technically where I live. Technically, I live in Millbrook. I'm not a fan of Millbrook at all. There's too many things I don't like about Millbrook. I love Deetsville. I love Wetumpka. And they're in the same county that I live in. I mean, you know, Deetsville is practically a 5-7 minute drive from my house. Deetsville is practically a 7-minute drive from my house, and Wetumpka is probably a 15-20 minute. That's a 20-minute drive to Wetumpka. I love those areas a lot more. If I could go back and change things, I would probably end up. Okay, I think the defroster just made it worse. Let's take this thing off. I think it just made it worse. For some reason, I just think the defrosting thing. I think putting the windows down might do it, because it'll make the interior temperature of the car the same as. Look how beautiful it is out here, y'all. This is just stunning. I don't know how good the signal is on you guys' end. How good is the signal on you guys' end today? Anyways, I love it out here. I really do. It was a totally random thing how we ended up out here. It wasn't planned. It wasn't, it was complete luck. We just randomly ended up here, you know? It's good. Yep. Well, I mean, like, I never thought, like, if I could go back, again, like I said, if I could go back, I would want to be in Deetsville, which is only like a 3-minute drive from my area. Like, Millbrook and Deetsville right next to each other. But Deetsville's more rural. I like the thing about Millbrook, I don't like it. It's kind of like, I don't know, like, okay, like the city core of Millbrook, there ain't much to it. You know what I mean? And then, like the center of the city is kind of like old and raggedy and kind of trashy looking. And it does have nicer parts out in the suburbs, you know, like further out. I don't know how to explain it. I'll show you guys Prattville real quick. We're gonna cross into Prattville. Oh my gosh. And there's the views up this way are just incredible. Unfortunately with this fog we won't be able to see the mountain views, but there's a few spots over here that are just amazing. But this is Interstate 65. So looking that way is Birmingham. And looking the other way is Montgomery. Interstate 65. I wonder if there's a park. My parents are from Mobile. Nice. I got some subscribers in Mobile. I got a few subscribers up that way. Really cool people, man. Like family practically at this point. What's the weather out there? It's 63 degrees, so it's very pleasant. It's worse weather, you know, sweater weather. Is that a word, sweater weather? It's 2 words. I love it out here. Yeah, but I wish if I could, but then again, like the deal that I got on my house is what you have to understand. Like the deal that I got on my house was so killer. Dude, I got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on an acre for $65,000. Like, that is an insane. Like, even out here, I tell people what I paid for my house, and like, what, for real? I mean, we did good. I can't complain. Like, I really can't complain. So this is 31, and so we're now practically in Prattville, technically in Prattville. Now, Prattville, let me tell you, Prattville's got an extensive area outside of the city, you know, it's still a Prattville address. And there's big houses in all these woods out here. It's pretty out here. Like, you guys saw, like, I left my house, and this is what I see when I leave my house. And it could be a weekday. There's a little bit more traffic on weekdays, but usually this is what you get. Just a nice country ride, man. This is what you get out here, regardless of what day of the week it is. Even on weekdays, there's usually not much traffic out here. It's just country roads take me home to the place I ended up, Alabama, Hialeah. Oh hell no. Let me show you guys something right here. So this is there's another highway. There's a highway exit here. It's not a very impressive exit, by the way. Like, if you got off the highway here, you would be like, where on earth am I? If you got off the highway here, you would just be like, where am I? Because, you know, the exit's kind of scary looking. I'll show you guys kind of where we're at. This is I guess I can't really, I guess I can walk around here. But I can't really, like, go into the building because it'd be trespassing. But I want to show you guys how interesting this exit is out here. So that building's abandoned. So this is right by the highway. This is an old hotel. And basically, well, there you go. Lil Sad Man was here. And Marielle was here. So this is the exit. When you get off on the highway here, if you got off on this exit, you would be like, oh no. You'd be like, oh no, no, no. I'm in the wrong place if you got off at this exit. You really would. You would be like, I'm not going to drive too far that way. Because I'll walk. Oh, look at is that a quail? It went flying that way. But basically, it's just a really scary looking exit. If you got off the highway, you would be like, yikes. But then you get a little bit further out. It's actually pretty nice out here. There is a lot of abandoned stuff in Alabama. Let's get back in the ride. Ooh, it feels nice outside. It already feels kind of muggy. The humidity's kind of high, and the humidity will make it feel muggy. Like, and it'll also make it cold. I think what I've noticed is, like, sometimes the temperature, like the day that I went to Kentucky, it was 37 degrees, which is cold. Okay. 37 degrees is actually pretty cold, and I guess the humidity wasn't that bad. It was one of those deals where, like, yes, it's 37 degrees, but if the humidity is low, you can barely feel it. However, if it's 63 degrees and the humidity is high, you're gonna feel cold. So the humidity does a huge factor of affecting the. I don't know what I'm gonna do about these windshield things. It's hard to see, man. I am sure there's gotta be a button that I can press to take care of that problem, but I ain't finding it. The only thing I found is maybe if I open the sunroof, it'll kind of like help chill. I'm not sure which is the sunroof. Is that it? Maybe that'll help get some light in here too. Okay, I'm gonna open that outside window and hopefully opening the outside windows will do it. I don't want to open both windows because it is a little chilly still. It's technically it's 64 degrees right now. But anyways, if you got off on this exit, you would be like, oh no, no, no. You know what I mean? You'd be like, where am I? You know, this is the only piece of gang graffiti that I have found in my county. It says blood right on the side of that building. It's the only gang graffiti I've seen out here is that piece of graffiti. It says blood. But anyways, we can't really go into the structure because I'd be trespassing. There's no signs out here in this parking lot, so it's a very interesting thing to see a hotel. It's kind of like, and they've thrown all the mattresses off the balconies, and they're just kind of all piled up in the center of this hallway over here. You can kind of see it over here. Anyways, like I said, if you got off on this exit, you'd be like, yeah, Lil Trill. Oh, Lil Trill is here. What's up, man? So they've kind of thrown all the mattresses like off this balcony. You can kind of make it out right here, where like all the mattresses are just kind of like stacked up in there. If you're homeless, this wouldn't be a bad place to kick it, man. See blood right there, which is a gang. It's the only gang graffiti I've seen out here. And I haven't seen gang activity here in Alabama, in my area. In other, like Montgomery and Birmingham, I'm sure they got gangs. But in our area, I don't think I've seen any gang activity at all. This is like the most, like if you get off at this exit, you'd be like, yikes, no, where are we? But it actually ain't that bad, man. There's 2 gas stations here. And I guess this is an exit north of me. 2 gas stations, a subway. Oh, there's a subway. Not like I'd ever eat at a subway. El Mariachi. Let me tell you something about Alabama, yo. There are Mexican restaurants in every direction. Here's El Mariachi Mexican restaurant. I haven't gone to this one. This is a Mexican restaurant that's quite literally like 5-10 minutes from my house. Another Mexican restaurant. Like there are so I've lost track, and there's some of them they're not even on Google Earth or Google Maps or whatever. So like there's a lot of these restaurants that they're not even on. These gas stations aren't that bad. These 2 aren't that bad. You know, I think they might be closed permanently. That's not good. They might be closed permanently for an hour. Maybe some weird schedule. Look at how weird we look. In a Yukon with a iPhone on a stabilizer driving around recording random stuff. Very weird activity. So if I go that way, I'm hopping into Prattville. Heading north on 31. I think that'll take me to Deetsville either way. I'm still learning my way through these woods. But, yeah, if you got off on this exit and you saw these old buildings, you'd be like, yeah, this is a bad place. But actually, it's all lots of nice new houses out here. And if you want to build a house in Alabama out here, you don't even need to pull a permit. The view on this exit's beautiful. Of course, we can't really see it with the fog. Passing the interstate. And the other thing is, if I go north, if all of a sudden I go north from my exit, I'm in Birmingham in like an hour. It's supposed to be an hour and 20 minutes, but you can go 89 miles an hour through there. Confederate Memorial Park. We've been there before. This area, when you get to about Marbury and stuff, it gets a little bit more unwelcoming to northerners. There's a Confederate Memorial Park. Just that should be a clue. But I haven't had any problems being a Latino out here. Like, quite literally, all I get is, like, love. I've had people suggest to me that I shouldn't be a Latino. I'm like, that's not possible. They're like, you don't look like a Mexican. I'm like, I'm not a Mexican. I'm Cuban. But the people out here, they don't know the difference between a Mexican. They don't. If you're a Latino in Alabama, you're a Mexican. Like they're not. To them out here, like all Latinos are Mexicans. They don't really. They don't really dig deeper than that. You're just a Mexican. So I had somebody a few days ago. They're like, "Have you considered not being a Mexican?" I'm like, "I've never considered being a Mexican because I'm not a Mexican." Oh man, these people crack me up, man. I love it though. Like people out here are so. Oh, this is our 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 electric company out here. We're in a co-op. I don't know what a co-op is, but that's my electrical co-op right there. It's a really nice brand new building, and they have a drive-through, and they built it before COVID with a drive-through, so they had the right idea. Imagine now in Florida, we had to go inside the building and all that. Here, there's a drive-through, and there's so many old. You know why there's a drive-through? I'll tell you why there's a drive-through, because there's so many elderly people out here who don't know how to pay their bills online that they actually still drive up to the building to pay their. There's just like old school people, like they're just too elderly to figure out a phone anymore. So that's why we have a drive-through. And for COVID, it worked out great, man. It worked out amazingly great for COVID. And by the way, 186,000 cases in a day. That's not good. We're gonna go into some serious lockdowns here soon. So if you're not resupplied, I really recommend you resupply your stuff. Have a 2-month supply of food. Because we're gonna go into some lockdowns again. And maybe some type of civil unrest. It's gonna get nasty here in the next few months. So I hope everybody is saving money, and if you're a working class person, I hope you're saving money, not spending it, and you have a supply of everything you need at your home, because it's going to get very nasty here soon. These people might be hunting. There's just a random car on a field. A random car parked on a field. Why are there so many gas stations out here? Here's another gas station. Oh, we're in Deetsville. Cool. All right. I know where we're at now. So, we're in Deetsville. Cool. There's a Piggly Wiggly. See, I'll figure my way out around this place. We're in Deetsville. There's a Piggly Wiggly over there. There's an Alabama State Trooper right there. There's a lot of state troopers. I guess in Deetsville, it's mostly Alabama State Troopers, whereas in Millbrook, we have the Millbrook Police. Out here, you see state troopers mostly. So we're in Deetsville. Deetsville is an awesome place. I mean, it doesn't have anything. It's got like a fire station. Is that a house? No, it's got to be a business. It's way too big to be a house. Is that a baseball? There's a baseball field there. Okay, look at these cotton fields and honeysuckles and cotton fields out here. It's just dang beautiful. It's beautiful. And you'll see random stuff like cars parked everywhere. And so we're in Deetsville now. And I like Deetsville a lot. I wish I had ended up in Deetsville. Everybody that I've worked for out here. And there's just another place called Slap Out where like everybody's related. So like every time I work there, people are like, yeah, I live out here in Slap Out, and I'm not really allowed to date anybody out here. We're all related. I'm like, yeah, please don't. Like they're angry at that. We can't date anybody around here. I'm like, go to the next town over, because everybody in this area is kind of related. Like you'll hit spots here where like 15, 20 houses, everybody's family. You know what I mean? Like at some point there was 100 acres, and they've kind of keep subdividing it to where now everybody's got 5 to 10 acres, and eventually they're just gonna have 1 acre. I live in Millbrook technically, but it's all a big mess. You got Prattville, Millbrook, Deetsville. It's all one big mess. Yeah, Sweet Home Alabama, man. It's beautiful out here. Look at this, dude. Like, it's just countryside. Like, I work in these fields out here a lot. I get work in the most... That's a fun thing that's blown my mind about this area, is how I'll get work in the middle of a field Look at this hurricane damage right here. Big tree. I'll get work in the middle of a field somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, why is there randomly an SUV there? That's odd. No license plates either. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy. I've gotten work in like the most random places. Like, you drive, like, as a city person, you drive through these woods and you're like, oh my gosh, these people, they're starving out here. Like, how do they live? Dude, there's money being made out here by the gallon. Oh my gosh, there's a whole different economy out here. Y'all don't even know. Like, a city person, you drive through and you're like, wow, these people must be starving out here. You got no idea. You have no idea, city boy. You got no idea. Money's made here by the gallon. Welcome, JD. We're in Deetsville, Alabama. There's an old church I want to show you guys. I hope I get signal because it gets to be a little bit bigger of a tree cover out here. But, you know, I've worked out here for a lot of people, and, like, you know, most of their big here it is. Is this it? There's a really old church I want to check out here. How far are you from a Wawa? I'm not sure. There's all types of gas stations out here, and I'm not really sure. The thing there's reasons there's so many gas stations in Alabama is because people just buy junk food. People are very basic in their shopping here. Like, I've actually met people out here who've never seen a flank steak. Like, that's crazy. Like, you've never seen a flank steak? That's a real thing out here. Like, you know, they've always shopped at this tiny little corner store, and they've never gone to Publix and seen a flank steak or filet mignon or something. You know, like, it's just these houses. I like these. We were looking at these houses. I think there were 190 new or something like that. So we saw the flank steak is expensive in these people. Yeah, like for the hurricane, I gave my neighbor my flank steaks because he lives next door to me, but they didn't run out of. We ran. Look at all the cotton. See all the cotton see all the cotton on the side of the road. That's all that white stuff. That's not garbage or litter. That's all cotton. So, you know, my neighbor, he's never seen look at those new houses over there. Anyways, for the hurricane, I gave my neighbor my flank steaks. We'll lose signal right up in here. There's a little spot here where we're gonna lose signal. So you guys stay with me. Please stay with me. I'm gonna lose you guys here in a second. There's a spot where there's no signal up ahead. When we get to the big tree cover, we might lose signal. But anyways, but notice how all these houses are new. If you were here 20 years ago, there was probably nothing out here 20, 30 years ago. I mean, these are all new houses. Relatively new houses. Here's a road. Let's take this road here. Now we're in Elmore County, so we're in a oh, it's a private road. You can't go in there. Okay, never mind. There's like 5 or 6 houses, but they're private. Anyway, so for the hurricane, I gave my neighbor my flank steaks. He had power, even though I didn't. So I told my neighbor, hey, take my flank steaks, so I don't lose this meat. And actually, they're still at his house right now. And he's like, what type of meat is this? I've never seen it. The dude never seen a flank steak. So this is one of the gas stations in my neighborhood. We're kind of close to my house now. We're probably real close to the house here. Well, anyways, this gas station, inside of it, I usually pump gas here. If I'm heading north, if I'm heading south, I'll get gas somewhere else. But this is where I get gas if I'm heading north. What is odd about this gas station is in there, they have a deer on the wall. I guess the guy who owns the gas station did some deer hunting or something. And he's like, you know, he was not content putting it up in his living room. He was like, y'all got to see this, you know. He's got a deer. And keep in mind, a deer is like a status symbol out here. So it's my first year here. I don't need to catch a deer. Yeah, people in Alabama are very closed off to the rest of the world. And that's an observation that takes time to realize. But people here, they're like in a whole different, they're very like closed off. The right way to describe it. Backwards is probably not a very decent way to describe it. And it's kind of offensive to say that. And it's not backwards. It's not. It's just disconnected from the rest of the world, really. Like, see this house here. I don't. This is Deetsville. There may not be a permit on that house. You could just quite literally. That's exactly the way my house is built. They put a slab in, and then they put some wood up. There's probably not a permit. There's not that house right there. Probably won't need an inspection. And see, it's got a shed behind it already built. In Florida, you have to build the house before you build the attachment. So that would never fly in Florida. Look at these big trees, guys. The hurricane knocked down. Yeah, I think disconnected and closed off is a more accurate way. Most people say backwards, and I think that's kind of offensive. Look at those trees the hurricane knocked down. Unbelievable. So I think that's a more... Look at this tree. Wow. The hurricane kicked through here hard. Look at the size of that. Like, I'm from Florida, and I think that's impressive. As a Floridian, I think that's impressive. We had some hurricane damage. That thing came through here, man. That thing really did come through here. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. And it takes, you know, as somebody coming from a big city, you don't realize that people here, they haven't traveled or ventured too far. Look at the red clay mud. Yeah, buddy, that's that red clay, man. That's a good red clay right there, man. More cotton fields right here. Oh, wrong window. I always go for the back window on these things. There's the cotton fields again. Maybe disconnecting from the rest of the world is the right thing to do. Living a more basic lifestyle instead of being captured by the big cities. Yep, captured. That's exactly what you are in the big cities. You're captured. You can't see beyond that. The clay always stained my shoes. Yep. There's red clay here in some patches, and not everywhere. There's just some patches. Look at this. We're on Cotton Lane. I don't think even the Chinese laundry can get the clay off anything. Okay, that's good to know. I'll stay off the clay. That's good to know. I have no idea where we're going. I'm just driving randomly. This is so beautiful out here. Look at the cotton. And I can smell cow manure. So there they are. Oh, there are horses on the other side. Okay. Look at this, guys. So peaceful. I can smell the horse manure. And it's actually a pleasant smell. It's not as offensive as you'd think it would be. Have you seen anybody wearing camo and... yeah, orange, yes. I've seen one person wearing orange. Don't mention the shatter names. Why don't mention the shatter names? Not sure what you're talking about. So, yeah, thanks for letting me know about the red clay. We don't have red clay in Florida, so I'm not familiar with it. I guess it stains your clothes. Well, I smell cow or horse poop, one or the other. So, surprised there's so many people up this early in the morning on a Sunday. I got to get back to the house. Katie's mom's coming from Florida today, so that's a nice thing. To get some visit from Florida. My brother might be coming soon. See, that's not cool. Somebody dumped their garbage here. Are there any alligators? Yeah, there's alligators in Alabama. They're very rare. It's not like in Florida where they're everywhere. But there are alligators here. Very rare. Somebody just dumped their garbage right there. And the sad thing is, you can burn all that in a fire pit. You do not need to dump that. They dumped a bunch of stuff right there. Pretty crappy thing to do because you can just burn all that stuff. I don't know if cotton has thorns on it. I've never seen... I've touched it. One time I mean, when I first came over here, I just walked into a field and touched it. But I wasn't paying attention to the tree itself. I was just touching the cotton. I'm not sure. It's a big industry in Alabama to this day. I didn't realize cotton was still a thing out here. It really is. Look at all these white fields of cotton, man. Isn't that incredible? It's just a lot of small seeds in the cotton. Cool. Look at this, y'all. Cotton is still a thing out here, man. That's a lot. And it produces... Look at it. Bears heavily. Sale pending. Ooh, this one's sold right here. Let's check this out. See, this is what I would have wanted right here. Something like this. But I'm not going to complain. It's on red clay. Red clay is better. It's good to be on red clay because it's stronger. But, yeah, I mean, here we are in the middle of a cotton field in Alabama. Who would have thought that, guys? I would have never thought. If you told me 6 months ago that I was going to be in a cotton field in Alabama, I'd have been like, you lost your mind. But that's exactly what we're doing. I love it out here though. I really do. It's so quiet, peaceful. People just mind their own business. And you know, it is people here. Like I've met people here. Like I talk to people, and I've actually explored more of Alabama in 4 months already. You know, I've explored more of Alabama in 4 months. I think we got to get off this road. This might be a dead end scenario here. We might just have to pull around. I think we're getting to the end of this right here. But anyways, I feel that I've probably look at the fall colors here. Wow, beautiful fall colors out here. We're not peak yet, but we're almost. No, there's more houses here, I guess. Okay, we're gonna have to turn around here. We'll turn around. This will probably be the place for us to turn around here. Okay. It's nice fall colors out here. It's beautiful. Alabama used to be the main producer of socks, underwear, shirts. A large Russell factory used to be there in Alexander City, but they closed. Yeah, they closed the factory in Alexander City. Um, I almost that's why there's so much cheap housing in Alexander City. I didn't like Alexander City too much, to be honest. I didn't. Um, it's weird. Like I was in Alexander City last time I was there, and I met a gay couple from Florida who they live in Miami, but I guess they were terrified of COVID, so they're like hiding out in Lake Martin, you know. So like, it's weird how like you'll meet like the most random city people, you know, like, and you know like people have this perception. Look at these fall colors, that it's backwards here. You know, like dude, you meet all types of city folk out here, man. Like I met people out here. Like I was at Walmart last night, and there's this like Karen looking lady. She's over there complaining. I looked at the website, and you guys were supposed to have something in. She was trying to buy. I think there's a mockingbird out here. The mockingbirds. I guess she was trying to buy hand sanitizer or something, you know. And she was looking at the website, and according to the website, they should have got it in already. She's telling the employees. She's sitting there with a phone, showing the stock list. She's on her phone. This is like a total Karen. Like, I'm like, lady, you need to be in Naples, Florida. You're in the wrong place. You're in Alabama. I don't know if you knew this, lady. I was like, lady, you know you're in Alabama, right? This lady, like, exemplified what a Naples, I'm like, lady, look up Naples, Florida, and go there. You belong there. She's on her phone telling the employee, showing the stock list on the website to the employee and saying, on the website, it says you have this in stock, so you need to find it. And the employee's like, lady, I work at Walmart. Is that a mango tree? I don't know. It looks like a mango tree. I swear to you guys, I'm trying to remember where it's at. We're not too far from it. Let me see if I can remember how to get there. I found a full-grown mango tree here in Alabama. That looks like a mango tree, doesn't it? Dude, that one looks like a mango tree right there. It might be some other type of tree. It looks like a mango tree. But I did find a full-grown mango tree. Dude, that does look like a mango tree. It might not be, though. But anyways, I found a full-grown mango tree here in Alabama. On a street called Driver Road. I believe it's a mango. It looks just like a mango tree to me. It might just be some local. You guys hear the birds? They'll start chirping here early. You guys hear the birds? Nice to hear the birds. Sometimes once the sun comes out, all the birds will. You have a huge mango tree in your yard in Alabama? You're in Alabama, right? But you might be in South Alabama, right? What part of Alabama are you in? Are you in South Alabama or North Alabama or Central? But yeah, there are mango trees up here. I don't know if they bear fruit or not, but people do have. Like, I'm pretty sure what I saw was a mango tree. This is beautiful, man. Just beautiful out here. I don't know if you can get fruit out of them. That may be Mountain Laurel. Mountain Laurel. Okay, I'll look into it. Mountain Laurel. There's some beautiful horses over there. Oh my gosh. There are some beautiful horses. I think if we go down this road, I'm in St. Pete. Oh, I don't know why. Why did I think you were in Alabama? You're in St. Pete. Somehow I thought you were in Alabama. I guess you know Alabama very well. That's probably why I thought you were here. The Equestrian Herding Center. I don't know where. I'm just driving. when did you get up today, and what is your plan for the rest of the day? So later on, we have a Zoom meeting for our religious service. That starts at 10 a.m. It's only 7:30, so I actually want to go back to sleep. I woke up. I don't know if we're supposed to be back here or not. I hope this is a residential street. We might just need to pull out of here. Let's get out of here. This is way too. It's not like it's a public road, but we're way too. It's way too kind of off the beaten path to where somebody sees us with a camera. They might think we're up to something bad. Let's keep it moving out of here. This is a little bit too specific back here. Let's just keep it moving. Let's get somewhere more generic. I can tell you this type of street where somebody might just walk outside with a shotgun and be like, "You ain't from around here, are you, boy?" You know? Look at those beautiful horses. Man, look at how beautiful those horses are. There's brown ones, white ones. Man, those horses are pretty. Horses destroy the land. They really do. I love it out here, y'all. There's a lot of people with rifles. Oh, yeah. Like, in my street, every single house on my... I know they say, like, only, like, 70% of houses in the woods have guns. Believe me, 100% of houses in the woods have guns. Like, I looked up some statistics, and it says only 78% of people in the woods have guns. Yeah, it's a whole lot more than that. Trust me on that. Like, just between my neighbors next door, there's probably like 50 guns on my street. At least 50 guns. There's AK-47s, AR-15s, SKSs. Yeah, there's a lot of guns on my street. And then there's one guy across on the next street over, but I guess his house backs up into ours. I don't know what this guy's got. It's gotta be like a 50 caliber machine gun. It is like the most insane thing. You can hear trees cracking when he's shooting. Like whatever he hits, you just hear like the wood cracking. I'm like, wow. Check this out, new house going up. So that's what I'm saying. Like out here in Alabama, like you can just put up a house. Like that house right there. They probably don't even have permits for the house. You can probably just build a house out here. Unless Deetsville's got restrictions, I don't think they do. Eventually, if it was a sunny morning, the birds would be out in numbers. There's a really old church here. Yeah, it might be a 50 caliber. That's what I'm thinking it is. It's insane. It's like when that guy is shooting that thing, and he shoots it often. I don't know where he gets ammunition for, because there's barely any ammunition out here right now. But that thing is something else, man. It is like I got a neighbor and he's got an AK-47, and we shoot that thing off, and we looked at each other like, what? It's way bigger than an AK. Like it makes the AK look like a baby, basically. There's an old. Like, this is what you guys were asking me about. Are there old trailers in the woods? And there are old trailers in the woods, but they're really rare. Because the thing is, you can build, like, Browning automatic rifle. I have a Browning. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you my Browning. I didn't know that's what BR8 bar standing for. Oh, there it is, over there. Okay, I'm driving. I can't really grab it. Unless I'm holding this stupid GoPro thing. But I'll show you guys real quick. What's good? You want some beef? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué vuelta? This is the United States of America. Oh my gosh, that is some backwards stuff going on. So I'm sorry I lost you. Sorry guys, I know we're kind of in the deeper woods here, so there is no signal. So bear with me. We'll get through this spot. It's very thick here in the woods. In fact, let's drive back where we have signal. Are we back on yet? We're in some real We're in some real deep woods here, so let's drive back into Deetsville, the more urbanized side of Deetsville. Maybe out in this field I'll get signal. Let's see here. There's just one property that. Okay, I'm back on. Thanks, guys. Yeah, stick with me if I lose signal, guys. Don't leave me. But I don't see too much deer hunting activity. I guess it's not as important as I thought it was. Now I've been in some parts of Georgia where if it's deer hunting season, see, like this is the type of stuff you guys are probably thinking. This is what people think Alabama looks like right here. See this trailer in the woods with a bunch of junk outside and mold growing on it. That's probably what most people think is going on in Alabama, but it's not. And that's what most people like. That's what you guys thought you were gonna see in Alabama, but for the most part, that's like a really small percentage of the population. They're probably already in the woods chasing deer. In Georgia, I spent a lot of time in the woods in Georgia, especially southeast and southwest Georgia. And out there, deer hunting is much more important than here, I guess. Like you would know, you would know for a fact it was deer hunting season. If you're in Georgia, everybody's wearing orange, and it varies from region to region. Like you might just hit a region of Georgia where they won't even know it's deer hunting. You tell them it's deer hunting season, they'll be like, "What? I don't know." And then you go to like 10 miles away, and then regionally in that little spot, there's a lot more people into deer hunting. So, did I ever tell you guys my deer story? My turkey hunting story. So, I was out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, like, here in Alabama, we're 10 minutes from a gas station in any direction we go right now. I've been to this place in Georgia where we were 4 hours from a gas station at one point. Like 3 or 4 hours from a gas station. I'm talking like way the crap into like Georgia. I mean, like, just obsolete places. I mean, like here, we're out in the woods. Ooh, nice big lake right there. That's nice. We'll swing around and show you guys this lake. Like this is not an obsolete place. There's gas stations. You're 30 minutes from a Walmart. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 15 minutes from a Walmart. There are lots of deer out in New York City, but you're not allowed to hunt them. Yeah, of course. Must be beautiful on a summer night with a barbecue without neighbors disturbing. Oh my gosh. See, I'm going to show you guys. This is, look at the mountain view. You can see the mountains over the hill. See, there's a real big elevation up there. I don't know how well you can appreciate this on video, but this street right here, I like this street already. Ooh, I would love to live out here. See the double wide over there. They got a truck they're working on. Private road. You can't go down there. And most people on these streets are probably related. Like, they're all family probably. I can almost tell you that most people I know nothing about this street. I wouldn't doubt if like every single house on the street was like family. Look at how beautiful this is. Absolutely gorgeous. They had a big fire last night. You can just see. You can see right there's some wood. It's still smoldering. Is that the right word? Smoldering? Sorry, guys. That's what I'm taking medication for. See, there's the wood still burning a little bit right there. Look at this little lake right here. It's gorgeous out here. I can guarantee you most people on the street are probably related. Probably all family to each other. Man, there's got to be bass in there. I would love to get permission to fish a lake like this. There's got to be bass in there. Ooh, man. This is life right here. I hear a rooster crowing in the background, some dogs barking. This is beautiful out here. This is Alabama, y'all. This is the real country life. Anyways, when I was in Georgia, I was up in Georgia, and I was in the most obsolete, random place I could have probably been. And I had to poop. I ate some barbecue, and it wasn't working very well. Dímelo, que lo que, buenos días from Tampa. ¿Qué vuelta, Big Lou? Aquí estamos en Alabama. Tranquilo, brother. You know, I'm a Cuban, and I met one Cuban woman. I didn't meet her, I saw her. Like, I was in this Cuban restaurant, and the lady's like, there's a Cuban over there, and she pointed at this little girl. It looked like a nice little. So I've seen a female Cuban. I've yet to see a male Cuban. So yeah, I've yet to meet a Cuban. I've seen a Cuban. All right, y'all hear that train in the background? So I've seen a Cuban, but I haven't met a Cuban yet. How's that? I've yet to meet a Cuban in Alabama. I've seen one, but not met one. This is the life, y'all. This is the life. Backwoods, Alabama. Anyways, I had to poop, right? So I was on like out in the middle of nowhere in Georgia, and there was like nothing out there. Like I found this creek, and I was like, oh, here's a nice place to poop. I parked by this bridge, and I was gonna poop by this bridge, man. So there's a creek, and I parked by the creek, and I go underneath the creek, and I'm pooping, and all of a sudden, I hear gunshots, and they were shooting right at me. There's a train passing somewhere. I can hear it. Let's see if we can find the train. And I'm getting shot at. There's bullets. I might just stay here for a while and tell you guys the story. You guys hear that train? Let's go. Let's see if we can find a train. No way. So it looks just like the spot where we're at right now. Like just a road in the middle. We might lose signal. If we lose signal, bear with me. There's a wooded patch here, then we'll get past it, and then we'll get signal again. We're really deep in the cover here, so we might lose signal. Oh, sweet. I think the train passes right underneath the road here. Is that a train or a creek? We'll find out. We'll find out. It's a little creek. So I stopped by this little creek. I'm like, well, I'm going to poop. And they start shooting at me, man. These people are... I think the train passes underneath the road here. I hear the train. Here it is, guys. The train passes underneath the road, I think. I hear the train. Where's it at? Man, that's a nice... You guys see how pretty that creek was? Here it is, guys. Awesome. Man, I love this freaking place. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Is there a hobo on that one? Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Woohoo! I love it. Absolutely love this place, man. So I was like pooping by the creek, and they came out and they started shooting at me. They weren't trying to hit me. They were just mad because they were turkey hunting. And I went to poop, and I scared their turkey away. They're like, so I get back on the truck, and like 3 miles down the road, I see these guys on ATVs. And the guys on ATVs, and by the way, we're right on the other side, right there is Deetsville. Right there, we'll be there in a minute. We'll be in Deetsville in a minute. But on the other side is Deetsville. So like I go like a little bit down the road, and I see these guys on ATVs. And the guys on ATVs, they have guns, right? And they got guns, and they're on ATVs, and they come out, and they're like, "You pooped in the woods." I was like, "Yeah, I did." They're like, we were watching you poop with binoculars." I was like, "Oh no." They're like, "Man, we've been out there since 5 a.m. trying to catch these turkeys, and you scared them away with your big butt farting." I was like, "I'm sorry." They're like, "We were going to shoot you in the butt because that's private property, and we've been out there since 5 a.m. trying to catch these turkeys, and you scared them away." And I was like, "I'm sorry, bro. I had to go." But anyways, I almost got shot in the butt by turkey hunters in Georgia. So, yeah, real life story. Jealous taboo. Okay. Does anybody like train graffiti? This was maybe 2013, 2014. Somewhere in Georgia. I couldn't tell you exactly where, because it was quite literally middle of nowhere. I know, right? What a story. But that's my turkey poop story. Man, we've been out there since 5 a.m. they were stalking the turkeys, and when I came by and I disturbed their hunting. Yeah, man. I used to go. Yeah, bombing is fun. I think it should be illegal to do graffiti on train cars. I don't see why it's illegal. That one's carrying train material. Look at all these are carrying materials for the tracks. I guess they're repairing the tracks. These are all the see the wood. That's all railroad wood. That's a big train, man. That's all railroad railroad wood. All that's railroad wood. All of that. It's graffiti is urban art, man. It stinks really bad. Like I can smell the wood coming off of it. Graffiti is amazing in Atlanta. I love graffiti. I used to do graffiti when I was a little teenager. We had a little crew set up and everything. Yeah, buddy. I used to love going to West Palm Beach, man, when I was a little kid, just to see all the graffiti. But once in a while, you'll catch somebody train hopping. Once in a while, you'll catch somebody train hopping. You know, like they'll sit right underneath it. You'll see them. Whoa, dude, this is a giant train, man. Yeah, it's a big train. You think about the power that locomotive has. That is incredible. There has to be another locomotive further at the end. I'm going to guess there's a few more at the end. LA and New York are the mecca of graffiti, yeah. Here we go. These got good graffiti on them coming up right here. There's good graffiti on these right here. There you can see some good graffiti right there. Jose, is it say? No, it says Luz. I thought it said Jose. I was like, oh. Oh, here we go. Here's some good graffiti on this one right here. Wasp. I like these yellow trains. These usually have good graffiti on them. Here we go. Gone Brack. Chef. Yeah, buddy. I love train graffiti. Yeah, definitely like good old Ferro Mex. Wow, that's a Mexican railroad. Ferro Mex. Cluck. I'll tell you guys a little secret about train graffiti. You may not know. A lot of times, train graffiti is used like this. Like this is Ferro Mex, so this came from Mexico. So a lot of times they'll use train graffiti when there's like, let's say like this train's crossing the border, right? Like let's say this train's gonna fly over from Mexico, right? It's gonna cross from Mexico into the United States. Nice graffiti at the end, the last one right there. Awesome. And there's only like 7 cars behind me, so I'll let you know there's very little traffic out here. So now we're in Deetsville, Alabama, like the real Deetsville. Like the actual town center. I don't know if it's okay to cross. I guess it is. Here we go. So there's a place here. I think it's a taxidermy place. We might lose signal in Deetsville, by the way. But there's a place here that I think let me let these cars pass. There's a place here where they do taxidermy. So being that it's the opening day of deer season, I thought maybe there'd be guys kind of gathered here today, kind of showing off what they hit. But I've yet to see somebody hunting. Yeah, let's see if they got some deer. So yeah, there's this place right here. I think it's either a taxidermy place or a meat preparing place, but I'd figure there would be people here today. Maybe it's too early. When I was in Missouri, we see a mile-long trains daily. That's awesome. I know guys in Florida do hog hunting a lot, but there's more hogs in Florida than up here. I think it's right around here. There's a place somewhere in here. I think it's here. I don't see anybody yet here. But see, that was it. There was like 5 or 6 cars coming through here. Farm equipment place here. There's a place somewhere in Deetsville where they have a scale outside. So I like that right there. Beautiful house right there. That's the type of house that I wanted to buy. But it's hard to find a concrete block house in the woods. These are like little trailers, tiny little trailers. There's 3 of them. There's some cool stuff in here. I guess it's nice that it's a Sunday morning. Usually on a weekday, it would be. Oh, there's that church I was telling you guys about. Um, you know, see these little tiny little trailers right here? There's three of them. Just tiny little shed trailers. They would never allow that in Florida. There's a rebel flag right there, Confederate flag. Let's check out this church. I'm sure this church is like really, really old. Let's go over here and check out this church, guys. We'll find out. There might be a historical marker here. Oh yeah, everybody around here is gonna be related in these areas. Here we go. There's an old cemetery here. This is like the historic core. How much is 10% down? I didn't do it on 65,000. I didn't do a down payment. I paid my house cash, so I don't know. My credit's so bad, I probably couldn't. Oh yes, it feels nice to finally walk a little bit. So this church, I don't know how old it is. I'm surprised they don't have. Somebody might want to look it up. 6,500. Yeah, of course. Somebody wants to look up how old this church is, but I'm sure it's probably from the 1800s. But there's a cemetery out back. Let's check it out. And that house right there looks really old. So this is like Deetsville, like right in the heart of Deetsville. And I'm all camouflaged up. I'll show you guys. I look like I'm hunting, head to toe, man. Even the boots, man. I even got to show you guys. I even got the boots on. I even got the hunting boots. So I look like I'm hunting, but I'm not. Ooh, yeah, man. This is awesome out here. This church has to be from like the 1800s. Oh, you can send donations to the cemetery. And that's a really interesting thing because, a lot of these cemeteries, once they get really old, hopefully it works. Not sure why we lost signal there. That's kind of odd. If you have to finance a home, you have to finance it. But I'm glad I was able to buy my house cash. It's just, once your house is paid cash, you're a free man. And here in Alabama, my property taxes are only um 250 this next year. Yes, Social Security amount is usually really low. So this cemetery is the Deetsville Cemetery, and cemeteries are a really good way to get familiar with the history of a place. Know the families. Like I've seen my neighbors' last names in cemeteries, and I don't know how old this cemetery is, but we'll find out. I love the metal Deetsville, the arch. I lost signal here a second ago. I don't know why we lost signal, but we did. It's just beautiful. I love the Deetsville arch on the cemetery. But cemeteries are a really good way if you move to the south. If you get into the south, you move to a small town, go to the cemetery. You'll find out a lot about the area's history and the last names and stuff. You might meet your neighbor, and your neighbor might have been in the area for 200 years. Their family. Yeah, it looks like Pell City, like the church in Pell City. Yeah, this is really small town out here, y'all. This is just. I never thought I would I always wanted to live in a place like this. I was just so afraid of doing it. I really was. Here's a 1906. So let's try to find the really old ones. There's a cemetery, probably, I'm going to guess, it's not even a mile from my house. And I went to it and I looked at it, and there's stuff there from the 1800s. It turned out that it was actually a black cemetery. And I didn't, back then I didn't bury blacks and whites together because, I don't know, I don't get that. But anyways, they wouldn't bury them together back in the day. You guys hear the roosters crowing? But it's a great way to get familiar with the area, with the families. Some of these are so old. Like, these are 1905, so they're going to be veterans here. Reese died in 1905, so these were people Born in 19. This is a very sad one. Born in 1901. This person was a baby. Last name Darling. Oh no, Darling. Our Darling. I'm sorry. But that was a 5-year-old baby. That's very sad. You know, when you go to these cemeteries, it just gives you an appreciation on life because, you know, you see somebody lost their lives at 5 years old. And that's another thing about, like, I always wanted to live out in the countryside. And I never really, I don't know if we're losing signal, guys, but we are. Um, Not sure why we're losing signal. You'd think, you would think you wouldn't lose signal out here. This one's 1886. I don't know why we're losing signal, so it doesn't really make sense. But, you know, cemeteries will give you a better appreciation. Here's a big tree that fell over here. That's probably, you know, there are a lot of cemeteries in Alabama. And when you start looking at the, back, it turns back to there after 40, 50 years. Yeah. Actually, the bones do turn to dirt. If they're in the dirt, it takes somebody told me 4 to 5 years. However, if there's no dirt on top of them, then they are really, really old because you can't even, um, I mean, these are important. When there's a little, see, at some point there was a railing around it. So if anybody wants to make a donation, they're definitely going to need it out here. um, these trees are massive. You can tell by the size of these trees. To whoever, these sites are really important, I'm going to guess, because at some point they had a railing around them. So they didn't even want you going near this site. So these might be really, really old sites. And keep in mind, we are in the heart of the Confederacy. So most of the older people in these sites are going to be war veterans. A lot of them. Most males are going to be veterans. I don't know the significance of this site here since it's kind of definitely older. All right, guys, we lost a lot of people. We were at 40. We're down to 27. Am I creeping you guys out? You guys want to find a different site? You guys want to keep driving around, or? But a lot of these are really like here. This one's in much better shape. You need a metal detector. Yeah. I definitely want to metal detect my property because I'm on top of a mountain, and the next mountain over from my house was a black cemetery. So there could be all types of stuff on my property. You might find it. I think I already found a gold nugget on my property. I lost it. So these are 1850s, 1855. So these are all from the 1800s. The Rambert family. These are from the 1800s. Oh, these are from the 1890s. So this is a family site from the 1800s. Old cemeteries, old houses are excellent. Yeah. So this is the Alexander right here, and I'm gonna guess these are really old. This is all stuff from the 1800s. Let's keep it moving, guys. Look at the size of that oak tree. I'm gonna guess this church, like I said, it has to be from the 1870s, probably 1870s, 1880s. Judging by the sites that are here. But you know, if you move to a small town, it's great to check out cemeteries and just get familiar with the last names. It'll give you a very good indication of the area's history, and if any of your neighbors, you know, if they've been around for 200 years, all that stuff matters in small. While we're losing signal out here, I wouldn't think signal out here, but somehow we are. Maybe it's these power lines that are interfering with the signal. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check out these because they're really big over here. Here's Harmon. I've yet to see any Spanish last names in all these cemeteries I've been going to. Powers. It's really important that you know the last names. If you move to a small place, you're not from there. that you learn all the last names, because these are the last names that are, they're big people in your town, so you have to know all that. So here we have very likely these are very elaborate, so these are going to be important right here. Most likely veterans. These are going to be veterans here. It's very difficult to read them. Very, very elaborate stones. You can see the last name. That one is Mother, and that might be the last name right there, Mother. We are down to 22 people. We've lost you guys. A little bit closer just so I can see the name on this one. I'm going to point the camera in the other way. Sorry. I'm losing you. Why? But this is a dead spot right here for signal. All right, guys. Stay with me. Stay with me. We'll be back on. You guys, stay with me. Don't lose me. Stay with me, guys. Oh, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. So, all right. I don't know why. Oh no, I really appreciate you guys sticking with me here. There's, for some reason, Deetsville doesn't get signal. Not sure why. But I appreciate 19 of you guys staying on. We lost about half the people with that one. We went from 40 people to 19, but it's already 8 a.m. I got to get back to the house. Let's start working our way back to my area. We got to get back to the house, have some breakfast, and you guys were asking me about what my plans were for the rest of the day. Have some breakfast. We'll do our church Zoom meeting. It's not really a church, but just so you guys understand what the concept of what we're doing. I got my Zoom meeting for my religious service. Whoa, I hit a tree. Dang it. Oh, well. That's why I don't like driving new cars. I didn't really hit the tree, but I just kind of scratched it up a little bit. So for some reason, there's no signal here in Deetsville. I've never got that. But yeah, it is normal to see Confederate flags out here, Confederate battle flags, and you'll see the real Confederate flags too. These are the battle flags. The battle flags are very common, but you'll also see the real Confederate flag that's not the battle flag. And again, you have to understand the historical context of it, It's very easy to say, something negative about that, but you have to understand the historical context. Most people who live out here, they've been out here since 200 years. Their family history's here 200 years. And, most of their ancestors were veterans of that war. So you have to understand all that, from a historical context. A lot of people just, they don't get it. They just, they have a mindset where, you have to understand that from a historical context. A lot of people don't get that. A lot of people just interpret that flag, it means hate to them. And anyways, you have to understand the historical context of it. Now, we're going to lose signal here for one more. All right, guys, I hope we're back on. So we're going to lose signal here for this little patch that's really dense. But then if you bear with me for a few minutes, we'll be back on. And we'll have some awesome conversations. So please don't leave the live stream. It's not even the signal. It's just that there's a lot of tree cover here. So I'm going to lose you guys again moving forward. There's another patch here where I usually lose signal. But then we'll be ready to go. It's beautiful out here. But these big trees, that's why we're losing signal. We're going to lose signal here. Unless I drive I've noticed that if I drive slower, I'm more likely to get signal. So we're going to lose signal on the bottom of this hill, and then the other side will be all right. No, it's not that they need more cell phone towers. It's just that it's deep woods out here. It's and again, a live stream takes a lot of size. Look at this property. They have so much crap on this property. They got ducks. They got animals and everything, I wonder if they got hogs. I've been trying to buy a hog. I got my brother coming from Florida, and I wanted this prop. There he is, right there. Oh, there they are. They're outside. I'd love to see if they have hogs, man. There's a lot of junk in there. That property's got a lot of junk. I want to see if I can get some hogs so that we can do when my family comes, they're gonna want to roast the whole pig. So I that guy might have animals. He's the only one that I've seen that actually has animals, like you know, like that. You know what I mean? Like you can tell they're breeding them. I met a guy that bred rabbits out here, and that's about it. So even like it's not as like you'd think there'd be more people breeding animals. Like there aren't really many people breeding animals out here. Looks like Sanford Sons, please. Yeah, there's some spots out here. But anyways, you know, once you get into like um Clanton area, which is Shelton County, this is a very you know area that people have been here for many years. During the Civil War, most of the men had to defend their homes from you know all that. So we got a car behind us. They're riding real close to us. I'm gonna guarantee you they're gonna be from Nevada or some other state. I gotta go on this one. They're not gonna be from around here. Is that supposed to turn here? Ingram. Yeah, we can go on Ingram. Now Ingram has a lot of trees. Signal. Hopefully we don't. I should have kept going the other way. Ingram will get us. Yeah, it will get us out there, but we're gonna run into a lot of signals with issues with the signal out here. It's incredible that we can live stream from a place like this to begin with. I mean, I shouldn't have taken Ingram. I should have kept going on that highway because Ingram, while it's a beautiful drive, it's really there's a lot of trees, so we're gonna go back the other way. There's just too many trees on this road, and we're gonna end up losing signal. It's incredible that we can live stream from a place like this. Here's an really old house right here. Let me see if I can just pull around in this driveway. This is a really old house right here. Look at this house, guys. That is old. It's 64 right now. And it's probably going to be a hot, muggy day considering that it's foggy. There's a real barn right over here in the woods. A real barn. I mean, like a real barn. Usually on these country roads, people won't pass you even if you're driving slow. Because if you pass the wrong person, they'll basically just shoot at you. So this is they have a real barn back there. Look at that. It's like a real barn. It's like Kentucky, for example. I went to Kentucky. I lived in Kentucky, so I'm familiar with it. And I was expecting old barns and stuff. Man, like Kentucky, they're you know, the South is changing rapidly, you know. They're losing a lot of the, you know, a lot of the old stuff is gone, man. Awesome, the dogwoods in the summer. All right, I look forward to that. But I love it out here. It's incredible that you can live stream from a place like this. It really is. But anyways, as you get into like Marbury and Shelton County, there's a lot of there's Confederate Memorial Park. Go figure. It's a very historical area. So if you're coming from an outside area, it may not be the most welcoming to people from the north because you know, people from the north, they kind of burn down these people's houses and farms and stuff. So yeah, they're not really gonna be too happy about you if you're a northerner around here. Okay, this is the road that I was trying to turn on right here. Deetsville Highway. That's the one I was looking for. I need to turn onto Deetsville Highway. So I think I'll lose signal for like 1 second, and then from there forward it'll be clear shot, guys. So thank you for sticking with me through the loss of signal and everything. So what do you guys think about Alabama, yo? Tell me, what do you guys get in the comments? What are you guys thinking? Would you guys like living in a place like this? Is the history too much for you to bear? I haven't had a single problem, and again, I mean, if you give respect, you'll get respect. So I'm very respectful about the place's history. I'm very respectful about everything that has to do with this area, so I haven't had any problems. I can definitely see how being from another... I can definitely, yeah, very strict. You have to know, you have to behave a certain way out here. You can't, like a lot of northern people will have a very hard time in a place. They would make your life impossible. If you don't know how to behave out here, they will make your life impossible. I mean, you have to have a certain way about you out here. I haven't had any. Look how beautiful this is, guys. Unbelievable. This is just gorgeous. Look at this, man. Oh my gosh, man. It's so gorgeous out here. Northern people party a lot. It's not that. It's just, northern people, a lot of like New Englanders. Oh, they're New Englanders. That says it all. And the way they are, you're not going to last out here. Out here, you have to be very respectful. It's just a totally different culture. And if you're not, you come out here with a different culture and you don't respect the mannerisms that are required from you, you're going to have a hard time out here. This is gorgeous, man. This area is beautiful. So if you are going to move out here, if you're from like New York or like a northeast place, it probably is not the best place for you to go. Go to Florida or South Carolina or North Carolina or something, I don't know. But out here, you're going to struggle if you're a northerner. Especially if you don't have manners. Like, out here, and it's not even like manners. It's like southern people. We've kind of gone over this on a few of our videos. They don't tell you things directly. They kind of throw hints at you. You have to know how to read those hints. I really struggled when I first came down here with that because I didn't know how to read the hints. You got to take the hints, They don't say things directly. They say things indirectly. So at first, I really struggled. These are new houses. Like, this is a new subdivision out here. Alabama local, a part of, ended up in jail very fast. Yeah, you'll end up in jail very fast, that's for sure. You can end up in jail very fast. You can end up, all types of things can happen to you out here if you don't know how to. I think I'll be okay, though, because, I don't know. I figured it. I mean, at first it was a little difficult, but once you figure it out, you'll be all right. This is not for everybody. You keep your opinions to yourself unless you are around like-minded people. Yeah, exactly. Northern people can have a very hard time out here. Titusville. I didn't like Titusville. St. Pete here. Orlando. We got Orlando, St. Pete. Everybody from Florida watching. Yeah, this is definitely not a place for somebody who doesn't mind their manners. I like it because I'm a person that likes respect, and I like respecting other people, and I like, I like a lot of the requirements you could say of living out here. Like, you have to have and if you don't have it, they'll make your life miserable. You're gonna have to get with the program, and once you're blacklisted, you're pretty much done out here. So I like it though, like I like, if that's what it takes for people to be respectful and live decently, and because living around the city, people steal your stuff. Around here, they're very, very tough on thieves, and I like that because I work too hard for my stuff to have somebody come steal it. I like these white brick houses. If I was going to buy a new house, it would be a white. I'm from Anniston area. Awesome. We're going to go to Anniston soon. We're trying to get out to Gadsden, all that whole area up there. We just haven't been able to. My stomach's been so bad that I just haven't been able to do it with my stomach. My stomach hasn't been able to do it, when I get road sick really quickly. But now that I'm on these new medications, I look at how green that grass is. Man, they really got a thick layer of grass in there. They probably spent $400 in seeds just getting it like that. I'm gonna do it like that in my house, I think. I'm like, I'll get around to it eventually. Yep. And I've been all over the South. Louisiana I didn't like too much. I like the people of Louisiana a lot. I just don't like Louisiana's flat. Louisiana's got a lot of problems, man. It's like, as a society, they have a lot of problems. We're here in Alabama. there's a lot more decent people here. You know, there's a lot of decency here in Alabama, like as far as like the way people treat you, and you see like families and people. Like I like it. It's like a real, like I think that's the way it should be. I think that's the way life should be. Like but in the city, I don't know. I feel like I'm a, and I didn't know I was gonna appreciate these things until I got here. I mean, I knew for a fact that people here were more decent because I got friends in Florida from Alabama, and I like the way they are, So I figured coming up here, I would see more of that, like real people. I don't know how to explain it. Like, people in the city care about different things, Like, and at first, like, I was so afraid. I've gone through this. Oh, let me tell you guys one thing that's really important. There's not a lot on my mind this early in the morning. This is important, though. There have been some scary moments with our move over here. There's been times where I've wondered if we did the right thing. There's times where, you will encounter, if you're moving recently, you're going to encounter difficulties. Like, there's going to be things about your new place you're not going to like. And that does not mean you made the wrong decision. It doesn't mean the road's coming to an end. Every place is going to have bad things to deal with. Everywhere. Everywhere you go is going to have negative things about it. Everywhere, right? So there's been moments where I've been like terrified, worried, concerned. Not everything's gonna be this perfect dream you might have had when you initially moved. You're gonna have to you're gonna encounter fear with what, and that's if you're moving to Florida, if you're moving to Alabama. When you move, there's gonna be some things that, in some moments, where you're gonna question whether you made the right decision. And I think you have to adjust your expectations to reality, really, because every place is gonna have negative things about it. No place is gonna be a absolutely perfect scenario. That's just not realistic. It really isn't realistic. You're gonna have to realize at some point during your move, you're gonna encounter fearful moments. Should that discourage you? No. Like, you have to be, like, in my case, I have to adapt to a totally different type of society. Different people. People where I'm from in the city, we're direct. So if there's a problem, they'll tell you directly what the problem is. People out here, they're not direct. You have to figure out what the problem is, and that's why a lot of times, like, you might feel that country people, like, if you move to the South, a lot of people move to the South and it doesn't work out for them. You might feel that people are hostile for no reason. No, there are reasons. You just weren't subtle enough to pick up on those cues. You have to be more of a thinker, really, when dealing with people. So there's a lot more to contend with as far as, I've had to make some changes. I've had to kind of slow things down, observe, watch people more carefully and try to understand them, because there's going to be things you're not going to understand, and that's part of moving. It's part of adapting to new places. So just because you experience that fear doesn't mean you made, like, now I'm past that. Like, I understand now the problems that I have to face here, the type of people I'm dealing with, what is expected from me as because society has expectations for you everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, there's different expectations. Once you know what those expectations are, you'll be better off. Look how beautiful this is out here. Very hilly. I love it out here. No traffic, just rolling hills. There's a creek here I want to check out, but I don't know if I can just park right next to it. I don't know if there's enough space to park here. There may not be. Is there? There's not enough space to park on this side. There's a creek here, and I got a car coming behind me. This creek, it kind of starts like behind my house somewhere, and then it comes up this way. I don't know if there's a place I can park. There isn't. Unless you go up on this road over here. Let me see if I can. This is Ridgedale. I wonder if I can just. He's mad. I'm sorry. I wonder if there's a place I can park. I really want to check that creek out, because it starts smaller, like behind my house, and then it kind of winds its way this way. That guy who's not too happy about me slowing down. This neighborhood back here is pretty. There's actually a creek over here somewhere too. There's another creek over here that's pretty, and I wanted to check it out the one day, but there were children playing, so I figured it'd be creepy if I stopped. So hopefully now I'll be able to check out this creek a little bit better, because usually creeks are private. Yeah, usually they are private property. But if you're like on a road, like here, I'm on a public road. So if this public road crosses over a creek, you can stop by the side of the road and look at it. You know. But you can't really go around the creek. You can look at it from the road. That's about it. I think it's on this road. Well, anyways, out here somewhere, there's a lot of creeks out here. And the water's clear and beautiful on these creeks. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. But anyways, the day that I couldn't check it out the day that I was out here. It's beautiful out here. Now I think now. There's another fire pit over there. You know, you can make a fire. You can make your little bonfire, and on a cool night, make a little fire pit outside and chill, drink some hot coffee and hot chocolate. Oh, I can't do hot chocolate anymore. I hate this new diet. I really do. A lot of the things that I like and want, I can't do. It's like I have to do it because my health is in such poor condition that if I don't, I don't have a choice anymore. I mean, I'm on a new diet. In the morning, I have pancakes with honey. I was doing syrup before. I can't do syrup anymore. So I'm having pancakes with honey. That's something light that I can manage. Before I was having eggs, and I can't do eggs anymore. You know what I'm craving today really bad? I want to eat a Mexican steak, a breaded Mexican steak with some onions and sour cream. That's what I want. But if I have that, I will get very sick. I think I'm in the wrong. I'm not sure. Oh, here's the creek. Here we go. It's down here. This is a creek I wanted to check out. But I love it out here. It's just rolling hills, beautiful countryside. Here's the little tiny little creek. It ain't much of a creek, but it's a little creek. Let's just park right here. It's a tiny little creek. There's not much to it, but I am interested in looking at it. Yeah, buddy. I'm like a big shot. Check tuned up like a NASCAR paint shop. Oh, the rim's big. Yeah, do it right good. Okay, so here's a little creek right here. Now, I know for a fact, my neighbors have told me that there's, there it is right there. There's, somewhere in the woods out here, there's a waterfall. Somewhere in this area where I live, in the woods, there's a waterfall. It's supposed to be a big, beautiful waterfall in the woods, but it's on private property. So I haven't been able to go to it yet. But I know from talking to my neighbors and stuff that there's a giant waterfall somewhere in the woods. Water's clear. Very clear water. Yeah, I'm wearing boots. Oh yeah, you probably could drink that water. The creek behind my house, I drank the water out of the creek behind my house. It's a lot cleaner than this. But Yeah, I've heard from the locals that there's a waterfall somewhere in the woods out here, and the water's crystal clear, and it's like so clear that it's like baby blue clear. Like, but I still haven't been able to find the place, and I'm hoping that one of the locals will put me onto it because it's on private property. You have to know somebody to get into it. You can't just go into it. You have to know somebody to get into it. But see, it starts as a really small creek right in here. And the creek behind my house is flowing right now. Oh yeah, I know it's a great place to look for gold. I found a gold nugget on my property. The thing about the creek behind my house is that it's just outside of my property. But I want to meet the owners of the other property and ask them for permission because I want to pan for gold in the creek. It's just 10 feet outside of my property, so they may be cool enough and let me. We'll find out. But yeah, this is a great place to look for gold. I mean, especially right there, right in there. I mean, this is probably a public area. I'm sure you could grab a bucket or two and take it home and pan for gold out of that. Yeah, there's a lot of gold out here. I found a big gold nugget in my yard, but I put it somewhere. You know, like when you put something somewhere, like, let me put it right here so I won't forget where it's at. So I found this gold nugget, and I told myself, oh, I'm going to put it here. And, like, when you put something somewhere, and you tell yourself, here, I'll put it here just so I remember where it's at. And I forgot where it's at, but somewhere in my property I stashed a gold nugget, and I'm probably not going to find it anymore. But it was a nice side. I know where I put it. Oh, here's the problem. I do know where I put it. The problem is I threw rocks over where I put it. But yeah, I found a really decent sized gold nugget on my property. And it was just laying on the ground. So I'm sure by the creek behind my house, I want to see if I can get in there and pan for gold. I might do that today. I need to get more. I got to get permission from the person who owns the property behind. I need to do that today. I need to find that person and say, hey, can I please go onto the creek? It's only 10 feet off the property line. I just want to pan for gold. And they might say yeah. And I don't see why they would say no. I mean, we're only 10 feet away. Because the creek is just outside. I finally found both of the property markers. So now I do know where the property goes to. And the creek is just outside of my property, man. Like, I can see the creek from my property, but it's just, I can't really go into it. This is beautiful out here. We're on Reed Circle and Merced Road. This is just stunning out here. Somebody had a question. Oh, sorry. Give me a second. I got a car coming. Let's get off the road. Everybody waves. This guy didn't wave, but the vast majority of people you run into out here wave at you. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. It is gorgeous and stunning out here. I love it. It really is. Let me read some of these comments you guys have said here. A lot of gold has been found in Sheba Mountain. You and Katie should check out Sheba State Park. It has the highest elevation in the state. Yeah, I know. I drove through Delta, Alabama, and when we drove through Delta, we saw the mountain. It's absolutely massive. It's the highest point in Alabama. Linda says, excuse me, but I'm from New England. I respect people. Who the hell are you to say we're not respectful? Okay, see, Linda, you already proved my point. Listen to your own comment. Excuse me, but I'm from New England, and I respect people. Who the hell are you to say we're not respectful? See, you're already disrespecting me. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're already being conflictive. You understand? I'm telling you, I'm narrating to you from a historical, practical point of view what happens when New Yorkers move here. I'm not saying that I don't like New Yorkers or I don't like New Englanders. I'm saying if you are a New Englander and you move to the South, you're going to encounter problems. The reason you're going to encounter problems is because exactly what you just did right now. You are being conflictive for no reason. I'm not saying I don't like. Did I say I don't like New Englanders? I didn't say that. There's different types of respect. You don't understand respect. And if you try to explain, see, here's the thing about people from the city, and especially like New Englanders. If you tell a New Englander you're being disrespectful, I'm not being disrespectful, from New York. That's how we talk. No, okay. I'm giving you a clue to let you know that what you're doing is not acceptable. You need to make some adjustments. If you tell, you can grab the most backwards person here in Alabama. I'm talking chewing tobacco and missing teeth and drinking a gallon of Gatorade, a gallon of Mountain Dew a day. And you tell that person, hey, you need to make this adjustment, and they'll make the adjustment. You don't understand? It's about listening to other people. I'm not saying I don't like New Yorkers. I'm not saying I don't like New Englanders. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, I help New Englanders. I'm helping you. I'm giving you a clue right now. I'm helping you by telling you, hey, you need to make some adjustments if you move to the South, and you're taking offense to it. So I'm helping. See, that's the thing you're misinterpreting. I'm showing you kindness by letting you know how you need to go about yourself. I'm hooking you up right now. I'm letting you know, hey, this is the way you need to go about yourself in order to not have problems if you're moving to the South. And a lot of people are leaving New York, so I'm helping you out. I'm giving you clues on what you need to do so that your going isn't rough. And instead of appreciating the advice that I'm giving you, you're going at it from a confrontational point of view. That's why people from New York aren't wanted, and from New England, they're not wanted here, because they don't take clues. So I'm hooking you up with some vital information. I'm helping you right now. I'm telling you, hey, you know, I'm hooking you up. I'm helping you. I'm hooking you up. That'll be a big fire. Well, hey man, nice little fire. So I'm helping you. I'm giving you a clue. Okay. Here I am giving you clues, giving you information so that if you move to a rural place, you learn how to fit in, you don't have any trouble. I'm helping you right now as a New Englander. I'm helping you. And you're taking offense at me helping you. You get what I'm saying? Like, instead of getting offended at me, you should be thanking me that I'm putting you onto game that most people won't put you onto. There's some dogs out here. Hey, watch out, buddy. Coming through. Ooh, looks like a wild coyote on that one. Ooh, that dog has a little bit of coyote in him. You get what I'm saying? New Englanders act like spoiled children. But it's unbelievable. Here I am. I'm giving you game. I'm helping you, Lena. I'm giving you the game that you need so that if you move to the South, I'm putting you on something that's taking me. Do you realize that you can move to the South and your neighbors will make your life so miserable that you'll move? And you'll think that they're the jerks, and really, you're the one who's out of place. You're the one who didn't realize the code of life you gotta live by out here. And that's everywhere you go. So here I'm hooking you up. I'm telling you, hey, this is the way you need to behave. If you take offense to me hooking you up with information, then no wonder you're gonna have a hard going at this situation. Now I want to see if I can park on the outside of this road over, because I want to check out that creek over there. But there's just nowhere to park. Is the thing. So do you get what I'm telling you, Lena? I don't know if you're still here. People that never lived in New England shouldn't say anything they don't know what they're talking about. Lena, people from New England have come to Florida and Alabama. You're not going to catch me in New York. You guys come here. So the reason we're talking about you, Lena, Floridians don't move to New York. Alabamians don't move to New England. You guys are coming here. So if you're coming here, then you need to adapt to our system. I don't care what's going on in New England, because I don't want to go. I would go there to visit at most. I don't want to live there, okay? So, Linda, the reason we're talking about New Englanders is because New Englanders come here and they have a really hard time at it. For the same exact reason you're arguing with me right now, which is that for some reason you're conflicted. Don't be conflicted. I got friends from New York, the Brooklyn people, Bronx. I got Puerto Rican friends from the Bronx. Bro, some of the best people 60% of the money that I made in Florida was with New Yorkers. But these are people that know how to take a clue. You understand? Like, I got friends in Spring Hill, Florida. I got a lot of friends from New York. In fact, when I look back on all the contacts that I have in Florida, hand-selected friendships that I have in Florida, a massive number of them are from New York. You know? From Bronx, from Brooklyn. You understand? But they're people who have learned to be respectful. I understand that's your culture. That's the way you are in New England. All right? But, like, I'll give you an example. I'm from Cuba. I moved to the United States. Now that I live in the United States, I have to live by the rules of the United States. In Cuba, we might kill a horse and eat it, for example. In my country where I'm from, in Cuba, you can kill a horse and eat it. That's what we do in my country. And here in America, you cannot kill a horse and eat it because it's disrespectful. Therefore, I no longer kill and eat horses. Okay, I admire them because that's the local custom of this place. So, if you're from New England and you move to the South, you have to learn their customs and their culture and their ways. I had to do it myself. There's a lot of things that I did in Cuba that are considered taboo and unacceptable in the United States. I came here, therefore I have to adapt to the culture, everything. Okay? For example, here in America, in this part of the South, people don't like when you speak a language that's not Spanish, that's not English. There's a creek right along the road here. But that's definitely private property. I wonder if I can park by the side of the road. What I want to do is see if I can park by the side of the road so I can walk over there to that creek and check it out. I think I might be able to park right here. Hope I don't get stuck. This might do it. In India, people are starving and there are cows walking around everywhere. Exactly, because that's their culture. And everywhere you go has different... Like India, they're starving, they're hungry. And, they have cows walking around. They don't eat them. It's their culture, so if you go to India, you can't eat a cow in India. That's their culture. I'm going to lock the car here. So what I want to do is I want to walk over here to this creek. So that's the culture of the place. Everywhere you go, it's got a different culture. So if you're from the Northeast and you're coming to the South, you have to adapt. You have to make change. And if you don't adapt, that's fine. You will be leaving very soon because it'll make your life miserable. And it won't be that they're jerks. It's that you're not adapting. Like me, I've adapted very well. I've learned the rules. I've learned whatever you can and can't do. I'm still an oddball here, by the way. I'm walking around with an iPhone on a stabilizer doing a live stream. That's a very odd thing to see out here. I'm still an oddball, don't get me wrong. But at least within the realm of respect, I'm doing okay. I'm figuring it out, I don't live in New York. I live in Massachusetts. Oh my gosh. Don't worry, I would never move down south. Linda, I hope you don't move down south. We don't want you here. If you're gonna be that rude, good, don't. But a lot of your Massachusetts, man, there's gotta be gold in these creeks. Look at this little creek right here. Man. This little roadside creek right here, there has got to be gold in there. Look at that. There has got to be gold in there. Look at that. What do you guys think? My friends in Mass call it Taxachusetts. Taxachusetts. So, Linda, nothing against you, honey. We're not mad at you. Bless your heart. We ain't mad at you. I'm just trying to teach you. This is the one thing about Alabama. Look at this. This is the one thing about Alabama, man. Unbelievable. I want to check out this creek over here. We're almost to it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You could fill up a garbage truck of garbage off the side of the road here. What type of person litters a place this beautiful? Bless your heart, honey. We ain't mad at you. We love you. I want to check this creek out so bad. You have to work 3 jobs just to survive. Yeah, exactly. And here in Alabama, we wake up at 12 in the afternoon and go hunting. I thought this creek was a lot bigger than this. Huh. That's odd. No water? I could have sworn. That's kind of odd. Oh, it's way further down that way. That's why. We're not there yet. It's way over there on the other side of the bridge. Let's get down there. So it's just, you know, different places, different cultures, different things going on, you know. That's all it is, just different people. See, like this is common here. This is dip. This is really common here. People, it tells you right on the bottle. It causes gum disease, and this is dip. That's a very, I would never do that. No thanks. Be careful for snakes. I'm wearing really heavy duty boots though. I want to check this creek out so bad. Here it is. Yep. Nasty, nasty, nasty. And it's a, I think maybe I can get down here. Let's see here. Da, da, da. Okay, let's see if I can get underneath this, to this creek over here. I think we're okay with private property because this is a road over us, so we'll be all right. Oh, here we go. You can see the water flowing through it. I don't know if we're gonna lose signal down here. We might lose signal, being that we're underneath a bridge, underneath a road. You can see all the raccoon footprints. This reminds me of Bonita Springs. There's a little creek on the Imperial River that looks just like this. This is the type of place you could pan for gold, man. All right. This is nice. Let's see here. See, I kind of parked kind of further than what I would have wanted. Bless your heart, Lynn. Oh, yeah. There we go. I wanted to see this creek go through here. It's all right. See the deer? See the footprints right there? See the deer? And they're coming through here to drink water. And you can just see the trail where the deer been coming through. But we can't go down that way. That's private property from there forward. So we got to stick to the side of the road. Beautiful. All right. Not bad at all. Flows right through the woods. Yeah, I bet it floods. It's got a lot of... I don't know. I don't think this one's good for gold. I don't see... I don't know. The rocks are too big here. So this one may not be good for gold panning. But then again, I've never done it, so I'm just guessing. Just guessing here. Whoa. All right. Let's keep it moving here. But Lena, if you're still with us, you know, a lot of people from New York and your area, they come over here. They move over here, to Alabama and Florida because they had enough. There it is right there. Oh, no, it's not. I thought it was a little gold pebble. I couldn't tell underneath the bridge. I saw yellow. I went nuts. I was like, yes, I found it already. But, yeah, I found a gold pebble just like that in my yard. I got to find out where I put it. I think I know where I left it. So, I got poison ivy all over me. I am covered in poison ivy, poison oak. Oh, yeah. I am dying to pan for gold. Oh, here we go. This is a lot nicer on this side. I am dying to pan for gold, man. I'm going to do it today in the afternoon. I got to see if I can find my neighbor and ask them if I can go on the creek. Nice. Nice little creek here. Love it. Sun finally came out. Love it. There's creeks in all directions out here. It's really awesome. I love it. There's creeks everywhere out here. But I'm dying to pan for gold. I've been wanting to do it for a while now. And like I said, even in my yard, I found a gold nugget in my yard, like just a big gold nugget. I know there's gotta be, and I know where it came from too. I gotta, right where I found that gold nugget, there's probably gonna be more, maybe even bigger ones. I just gotta dig a hole and start panning through it. But there it is, guys, Alabama. Oh yeah, Alabama has more creeks and rivers than any other state. I don't know if you guys knew that. I mean, this whole area is nothing but creeks and rivers and all types of waterways in all directions. It's a very neat area. But back to Massachusetts over here. You know, what it really comes down to is a lot of people are leaving New England. They are leaving big cities. And they gotta make some adjustments, that's all. You know? Because what I like about Alabama is, see, I don't think those people are gonna end up here. You know, the rude ones, and if they do end up here, they're not gonna be here long. You know? They're not gonna be here long. Like here in traffic, if you pay attention, rarely, if you're in traffic, will somebody try to pass you. Even if you're driving slow, you have to wave them past. You guys have seen it in the live streams. You have to wave people past you. And, you know, if they pass you aggressively, you can tell they'll always have an out-of-state license plate. The locals know not to do that because, you know, you pass the wrong redneck and you're in trouble. These creeks here. What do you think? This creek? You think I should take a sample from this creek or not? What do you think? Do you think it's too small, or what do you think? You think there could be gold in here? Yes or no? What do you think, buddy? Seems like you know more about this than I would. The creek that passes by my house is like this. It's just a tiny little creek. But all it does, I guess all it has to do is just scratch away at a little layer that has gold, and boom, you're on it. But dude, I quite literally just found a random gold nugget on my property. It's so weird. Now I'm like addicted to it. I want to find more. You think this spot might be good or no? Is it too rocky, too sandy? Is it where the sand meets the rock? Is it like a bigger waterfall? Okay. Look for a bigger waterfall. Because where I'm at, there's like a spring pops out of the ground somewhere behind my mountain. There's a mountain behind my house. And then out of nowhere, it just pops out of the ground. I am dying to go gold panning. I want to do it so bad. Especially that I've already found a nugget. And I know where the nugget came from because they dug a hole. For some reason, somebody dug a hole in my backyard. And that's where I found the nugget. So I know it's there. In that hole. I need a metal detector is what I need. They sell one at Walmart for $100. I just don't know if that's good enough. I don't know if they're good enough to actually, because what you have to do is you got to have a gold detector, right? And you got to scan the area by the creek, and eventually I got to get permission from those people. That's what it comes down to. Okay, so you're looking for a bigger water flow and silt black sand. So if the sand's yellow, there won't be gold in it. The sand has to be black. Preferably a creek coming out of some hills. Yeah, exactly. That's what I got in my backyard. You need a bigger water flow. Preferably a creek coming out of some hills. Bigger water flow and silt black sand. I haven't seen silt black. Yes, a gold detector. Well, we're going to eventually figure this out. I'm going to figure out how to do it. I want to do it badly. I'm dying to do it, really. What do you guys think about my neck of the woods, guys? You guys like it out here? I like it. There's so much to do. Nature stuff out here. It's already 9 a.m. I got to go. Wow, I can't believe how long we've been on. Almost Oh my gosh, 142 minutes. 2-hour live stream. That's crazy. So I appreciate you guys spending 2 hours with me this morning. I got to go get some breakfast and get ready for my Zoom meeting for my worship. Pure gold is extremely valuable. Yeah, I know. I got to find out where I put my gold nugget, man. I can't believe... Like, I found it and I was like, no, there's no way this is gold. So I didn't really even, like, pay too much attention to it. It was just like, you know, like, it didn't really matter to me. But then I was like, dude, that was a gold nugget. So I'm going to go for it. We'll stop at the park and then I'll end the live stream at the park. We're almost to the park. The walking park, which on a Sunday, it's getting hot. Oh, my legs are getting itchy. I'm pretty sure I hit some poison ivy again. See, that's why I'm covered in poison ivy, because I'm always messing around. My feet are really itchy, so I'm going to guess either ticks or poison ivy. I hit one of the two in that little trail. I'm covered. I'll show you guys real quick how bad I got this poison ivy thing. Let me get to the park real quick. I think this is the park right here. It's hot already. It's 66, but it's muggy. Since it's foggy, it's kind of like, it feels crappy. I think the park is here. Here's the park. This is like a walking park. There's a few of these in Millbrook. There's Legacy Park, and then there's one downtown. Not downtown, the town center. The city doesn't even have a downtown out here. This is one of the walking parks right here. Cold front coming through. Yeah, it's going to get cold. Yeah, buddy. Jose could mix coffee and baking soda together, put it in the poison rash. Baking soda and coffee? I hadn't heard about that one. I'll give it a try. I either hit ticks or I hit... Let's see what we got going on here. Or fire ants, too. I got something biting me. Look at how bad. Man, it's bad. It is bad. I'll show you guys how I got it. Look at this. I'm just... You see the yellow stuff right there? I got it bad. I'm covered, guys. Like, the reason I woke up early today is simply that I was so uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable from all the poison ivy on my hands, my back, my butt, my legs, everything. I'm just covered in this stuff. It's unbearable. But it really is unbearable. It's horrible. I'm just covered in this stuff. Guys, I got to go. It's been great to spend the morning with you guys. Straight out of Elmore County. Don't touch it and don't touch other sore spots. It will spread. I know it's hard not to touch it, though. It's so itchy. It's been beautiful to spend 2 hours with you guys here in the morning today and show you guys my neck of the woods. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be out. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. I have a Zoom meeting to attend for my worship this morning, and then I'm going to pan for gold in my back.